Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. If you're looking for the easiest credit cards for your new startup, and these are the easiest, all right? Now, here's the thing about it. Being the easiest credit card, you have to understand that you may end up with either a secured card or you may end up with a charge card. Or you may end up with a credit card that reports on both business side as well as personal side, okay? So just keep that in mind when talking about these credit cards, all right? So like Bank of America, right? So Bank of America has a secured credit card, right? And so they have the secured business credit card. You have to put down like $1,000 in order for it, but it reports to Equifax business, right? So Bank of America, it's a good card to have, all right? If you're starting out and you don't have the best credit and you're trying to build up your business credit, all right? Now, my thing is with Bank of America is for a new business, especially if your startup is like a LLC or S Corp or pass-through type of business. And basically, this is for all businesses, right, that are pass-through type of businesses. They look at those type of institutions as growth businesses, right? So since they look at those type of institutions as non-growth businesses, as a one-owner LLC or something like that, then they're conservative in terms of funding, all right? Now, do you need a paydex score? Do you need net 30s and stuff for this? No, that's the reason. It's a shortcut to building up your business credit file. One other shortcut to building up the business credit file is when you open up the business bank account, you make sure that you're doing either weekly or daily deposits, because people don't know, this is the biggest factor in terms of helping you qualify for more funding, because there's more activity, which helps your business bank rating. All right, so that's the reason that in terms of when I'm telling people, hey, make sure that you choose the right bank to open up your business account, so that those daily and weekly transactions, that helps with the business bank rating. Now, the second card you may look at, say like NAV, okay? So with NAV, of course, they will give you 2 trade lines. You would sign up for their program, their subscription-based program that lets you look at your business credit scores and stuff like that. Then they have the NAV Prime card. So with the NAV Prime card, it's a charge card, right? But you don't need no deposit. That's the good part about it. You don't need no deposit, and it actually reports to Experian in Equifax, all right? And they was having an issue with Dun and Bradstreet. I don't know if they straightened that out. But at the same time, it's a charge card, so you don't have to put nothing up front or whatever. There's no credit check, so it has nothing to do with your credit. That's a good thing about it. So whatever you use, they give you 30 days to pay it off or whatever. So that's an easy card to get. Now, you talk about another easy card to get. I always tell people about Capital One. Now, the Capital One Spark Classic card is definitely an easy card to get. And the reason that I tell people they still should go for this card, even though Capital One reports this card both on the personal as well as the business side, the thing about it with Capital One, they report your business accounts to the major business credit bureaus. So in terms of Equifax Business, Experian Business, Small Business Financial Exchange, and that information is shared with Dun and Bradstreet. Okay, so those would be like your top 3 types of cards. All right, now if you have revenue in the business, then with you having revenue in the business, then like you may want to look at a card like a Topago. All right, so if you have minimum at least $5,000 a month in the business, then you can look at them. Now, there's another card that you also can look at, and which is fair figure, right? So here's the thing about it with fair figure. They're like NAV, right? And I keep telling people this, but one of the things that they do is they actually give you an unsecured loan, which is on a card, but they actually give you access to that funding right away. So you're not putting up any money. It has nothing to do with your personal credit. But the thing about it with Fair Figure, you do have to be producing revenue. Now, the amount of revenue is usually between $2,000 to $2,500. But at the same time, if you are a new business and say that you've been in business at least 90 days and you've been making at least $2,000 to $2,500, then those are the type of accounts you want to go for as a new startup. All right. So people are starting to try to make it as challenging as possible, but it's not hard in terms of getting access to help build up your business credit. Now, one of the key things I always tell people, you should not ignore pay stubs and choosing the right bank. That's the reason I tell you that your top 3 banks are Citibank, Capital One, Citibank, Capital One, and Chase, right? Now, those are tier 1 banks, so you don't want to apply for funding to them right off the gate. You don't want to do it. You want to start looking at your tier 2 lenders in order to start getting funding, or your tier 3 lenders, all right? And so I made videos on that, but I guess I'll make another video, because there's other banks out there that a lot of people don't know they're giving up the bag, and where first thing we think about, like, oh, Chase, go to Chase because they give you an ink business card. Yes, they do. But at the same time, the challenge with Chase is that if you don't have a long history with them, they are going to be conservative in terms of the amount of money they give you starting out. Even if you have a 750 credit score, whatever, with the Chase Ink business card, they probably start you out with maybe like less than $10,000 usually. All right. So if you have any other question about business funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.